good. Everything is good.
Good morning, all of you. Thank you very much for joining us.
And our listeners, and our listeners, yes. Don't forget our listeners on
Today
Anchor.
is Sunday, June the 16th, 2019.
And it's
Father's Day.
Yes, it is. Happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there. I'm Greg.
Louie.
And welcome to Garage Door Politics, our weekly video podcast live on Facebook, YouTube, and our audio listeners on Anchor FM and Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, just to name a few platforms that we're on. But,
the list is too long now.
But anyway, yeah, happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there. Happy Father's Day to you too, Louie.
Thank you. For you too.
Alrighty, anyway, this is our weekly live from Las Vegas podcast that we discuss politics in the United States and around the world.
Whatever comes together.
Well, it comes together. But I'd like to start. First thing is we finally got to see President Trump's secret agreement with Mexico.
Yeah, that's what he said.
It's from Mexico, and
but the foreign minister
of
Mexico just said we don't have any secret agreement in the United States.
It's called the Joint Declaration of Governments of the United States and Mexico of June 7th, 2019.
So hold on. See, I love Mr. Trump.
But
It's
a declaration.
A declaration is not a secret document.
Well,
yeah.
Well,
so
I have the document right here.
Everything Trump does is secret, and you agree.
Okay,
I don't.
It was released, and it says, and I'll read parts of it. I'm not going to read the whole thing, but it says the United States determines at the discretion and after consultation with Mexico, after 45 calendar days from the date of issue of the joint declaration, that the measures adopted by the government of Mexico pursuant to the declaration have to achieve results in addressing the flow of migrants to the southern border of the United States. So Mexico has 45 days, and if we don't see a reduction, then the 5% tariff will kick in. But
what kind of reduction are we talking about?
Well, we got to have something. We got to have something. Well, we have a crisis at the border. We have a crisis. Well, I mean, 3 months ago, and for one person, anyway.
I keep telling you, we have a crisis on the southern border for over 100 years.
Well, why is
nobody's going to change it?
Well,
don't think Trump is going to be the Superman. Well, that's what he wants to be.
Well, what the hell is Congress doing?
I don't care.
It's all Trump all the time. They don't care about the people.
No.
They don't care about the people.
They care. The problem is Trump.
No.
Oh, okay. Thank you very much.
Anyway, I'm going to give you some
facts.
I'm going to give you some facts. Nevada Senator Catherine Cortez Masto, on her Facebook page, which I'm a constituent, so I have that access to that. On March 15th, she said that the president cannot be empowered with executive order to create a crisis. So she's saying that Trump's made all this up. The crisis at the border is all made up. It is not. And then she comes out, and I'll read that one verbatim, if I can pull that up. She said on, just the other day, the 13th, she said that now DHS has to do something about the overcrowding in El Paso, and that it is a total crisis at the border. Now it's a crisis. Now I got to understand. I want to understand this, Louie. And you tell me if I'm right or wrong. In 3 months, how can we go from a made-up crisis to a crisis? How? You tell me how.
Ask Trump.
No, I'm asking The Congress too.
No.
First it was made up. Even
No.
Pelosi said it was made up. It was all made up. Trump made all this up. You know, this was all made up by President Trump.
We don't have a crisis.
It seems like it to me.
We
But
have
then
inflation.
But Congress will not act to fund DHS, Department of Homeland Security. They will not fund that so they can house these migrants and house these families and keep these families together.
Send them to Kansas.
Well, they got to, in the middle of the heartland with no papers, nothing. You think they're going to sit there in Kansas? You think they're going to sit there in Kansas and wait on
Yeah,
them?
in prison.
No, they're not.
Oh, yeah.
They're letting them out. They're letting them out. And they give them a court date. Here's your court date. We'll see you in 5 years, and they'll never see them
No, we're
again.
not going to see in 5 years.
See you
We'll never see you again.
That's what I mean. So but I don't understand how it goes from a made up crisis to now it's all of a sudden a crisis. I'm just confused about that.
No,
So
the crisis at this point is the overcrowding at the borders. Now, I keep saying, one of the big mistakes the United States has been doing for decades
okay,
has nothing to do with Trump, okay?
imagine that.
Yeah.
Imagine that.
When I have to come after him, I will.
Okay.
But when I see that's not, he's just inherited something that has happening for decades. The crisis I'm talking about is not what Trump is being trumpeting.
Trumpeting. Play on words.
I'm playing on the words.
Okay. Play on the words. Okay.
We have had that for a long time. Okay. One of the big mistakes the United States has been doing, and we have been discussing that for a long time.
What is it?
Off the camera.
Well, let's tell our audience then.
We try to help those countries. Now, that money we give to them doesn't help the people. You're just talking about the guy what, in Guatemala.
Well, Guatemala is electing a new president today, Sunday. They're electing a new president.
That's what they do on Sundays.
On Sundays. Anyway, four of the last five former presidents of Guatemala are in jail for corruption charges.
And they're gonna, the circle continues. The new one, elected one, is gonna be another corrupted. Now the United States is just wasting money given to the government because that money is distributed between the elite and they end up coming to New York in the Swiss accounts.
Yeah, you've mentioned the Swiss accounts
Many
before.
times.
Many times. But
Because I worked with them.
but also too, we had I got a soundbite. I got a soundbite from Brandon Judd, who's okay. Go.
The United States has to find out a way that the money is funneled to help the people, not help the elite.
Well, I just said it's almost impossible.
No, it's not.
Well, you just cut off the money then.
No. That gets worse. That's why we are having this problem in southern.
That's why we got to stop it at
Senate.
Mexico. We got to stop it at Mexico before it gets.
And then we're going to create a situation in Mexico that they don't have money to.
Well, then we need to have some kind of a treaty or something.
There is no treaty. We have to figure a way. I keep telling you.
There is no way. There is no
Oh,
way.
yes.
You already said it's been going on for so long now. Well, we should have found a way by now.
Nobody has even thought. Let's stop to give the money to the government, but to the people.
Well, then we're going to have to do something different.
Yeah, you know what we have to do?
What?
I've been talking about the death about
Oh
Brazil.
no, we're not
Take
gonna.
over.
No, we can't do that. We can't.
Oh,
do that.
yes, we
Anyway, I got a sound bite from Brandon
Sometimes
Judd.
I get to be so Democrat-like. I like to be there.
So anyway, I got a sound bite from Brandon Judd, who is the president of the National Border Patrol agency, and this is what he said today.
Ever faced in the history of the United States. Yes. So he announces the tariffs. Mexico immediately sends people over to negotiate a deal. They negotiate a deal, but it's a tiered deal, and that's what everybody has to understand. So Mexico has taken responsibility, sending troops to their border. They're expanding the MPP at the places that already have the migrant protection programs, at the places that we already have. And then if those approaches do not work, then we revisit it in 45 days, and then they accept back all the asylum seekers that are coming over if it doesn't work. What's the metric for?
Okay, so he's already saying now they have 45 days, and it's already working. It's already working because now they've got the troops at the southern border with Guatemala.
Yeah,
And
instead of 10 million, now you have 999.
No, come on, there ain't 10 million, you know.
Yeah, let me play.
But
That's
this is a start.
That's an
It's
euphemism.
a start because Congress has done nothing.
They don't want to do that this
Because
point.
they won't make money. They gotta have they gotta have something going on, or they won't be able to make any money. At our expense. At our expense. Anyway, hold that thought.
Listen, we are so strong. And those people with no knowledge, what they're gonna do? They're gonna fill up the jobs that Americans don't wanna do. You expect me to go to a bathroom in a restaurant and start to clean everything that's there? I won't do that.
Okay.
I know much better.
Well,
Would you do it?
If I had to, I would.
Oh, hold on. We don't need
If
that.
I had to.
They need.
If I had to.
They don't want it.
Anyway, Louie, you know what? Remember when we were starting our podcast, and we didn't know how we were going to get out to the masses and masses and masses of people we do now?
Right.
Well, we said, hell, I don't know what we're going
We
to do.
got to start it out
but-
because that's what we
Right.
felt no
But we didn't have a platform to do it on the audio side.
No,
So
no.
anyway, the answer was Anchor FM. Anchor FM is your one-stop shop for recording, hosting, and distributing your podcast. Best of all, it's 100% free and really easy to use. Plus, Anchor will match you with sponsors, so you could get paid to podcast. So just go to anchor.fm/start. It's anchor.fm/start. And you can get started right away, probably within 15 minutes, as long as you got a phone, computer, and a microphone.
And the speakers.
Well, that helps too. Yeah, and something to talk about. Anyway, so moving on from immigration, that's still hot, and we're going to have to revisit that only because
We're
we'll
going
see
to
how
be revisiting every time.
Okay, well, the other big thing that happened this week was Iran.
Oh, my God.
Iran trying to blow up oil tankers in the Strait of Hormuz, and Iran is they came out and said, we didn't do it, it wasn't us, but then it clearly showed in the video them taking one of the mines off one of the
Because
tankers
it
in their
didn't
boat.
explode.
Right.
So you didn't want to leave evidence.
Right, but we already had the evidence because we got the video. I guess we're dealing with the Keystone Cops here.
As a matter of fact, I sent you something this morning
Right.
about the foreign minister of England.
Yeah,
And
they
he said they did it.
They did it. So anyway, so what do you think their angle is here at this point? Is it the sanctions they're rebelling against? Is it, what is it? What is it? Because now they're coming out tomorrow and they're going to say that they're scaling back their agreement on the nuclear
Yeah, I
program,
saw that
and
this morning.
they're going to start enriching uranium again. So
No.
what do we do at this point? What do we do?
I know. But see, we can't do it.
Why?
Bomb them.
Well, we can't do it.
Right there.
Well, I'm going to tell you what.
We can't do those things anymore.
Well, we can't do it unless we have a coalition. You know how it works. You have to get all these other countries behind you because you can't go rogue. You can't go rogue. You know what I mean? But Iran can go rogue because they're a rogue nation.
They are already rogue, so what the heck?
Yeah,
Nothing's new to them.
Right. And Putin, it's Putin's barking dog in the Middle East. That's what Iran is. Putin's barking dog.
Yeah, but Putin is the one who bites.
Well, Putin's the one that's supplying them with these weapons too.
Everything.
Yeah.
They don't buy from the United States.
As far as Iran goes, do you think that we ought to levy more sanctions? Should we put a blockade to stop their oil tankers
We
from
may
shipping
have
oil?
to do. We may have to do
Put a
that.
blockade on it?
No. The Gulf of Oman in the Strait of Hormuz,
Hormuz. Yeah.
they are considered international
Yes,
waters.
they are. So we can't
So-
really. It's hard to put a blockade.
No, we are international waters. Why not a blockade?
Oh, I'm asking you.
If that water way is considered international, we have the right to go over there, put a blockade on international water.
Okay.
Because one of the things the United States has been fighting for 50 or 6 years now, is that many countries, they want to put now 500 miles as their dominion. And the United States has been fighting.
Well,
I don't know if you remember
I
that.
think
that came from
international
the
waters.
States.
I think international waters start 20 miles from the coastline. I believe.
Now it's 12.
12? It used to be 20, I think, but they might have changed it. Well, that's
But
still
that's not-
still quite a ways out. 12
Yeah,
miles.
but no.
12.
That waterway in the Middle East.
Except in China.
Everything.
Except in China, they just build their own islands right around the Philippines.
They
It's ours.
say, this is our waterway.
Right. So
That's another situation.
it fluctuates, but anyway, the Iranians came out and like I said earlier, they're going to start enriching uranium again. They're going to start doing, and you know Putin's helping from Russia. He's helping them do this, and China I'm sure is got it. But
How you think China is got now atomic situation? Russia.
well, I understand that.
And what about North Korea? Russia.
Well, I know that too.
You know why United States lost the Vietnam War?
We didn't lose it. It was a tie.
We lost. I consider it a loss.
It was a tie.
Yeah. Let's play with the words, okay?
Well, I don't know. It was a tie to me.
Listen, we have just United States. Now, the Viet Cong and the North Korean.
Oh, let's don't revisit that.
Yeah.
That's over. No. Let's don't
60%
revisit that.
of them,
I'm
they
back
were
to
Chinese.
Iran.
Who helped
Iran.
them to bring that?
Iran.
No, I
Iran.
think that. I'm talking about.
I'm not. Let's don't do history
No.
now. Let's talk about right now.
We don't talk about the history anyhow.
Well, I know, but what about Iran? What are we going to do? We
I-
can't bomb them. We can't bomb them
I know.
unless the only way any
Blockade.
military is going
Blockade.
to happen if they lob something at Israel. Now, if they lob a missile or something at Israel, then all bets are off the table.
Hold on. They're not gonna do that. You know that. They won't not do that themselves. They say Hamas or Hezbollah.
Right.
Well, I
Well,
never
they've been
know.
doing that every day.
But Iran's doing that. He's the one behind.
Well, they're
who's
funding.
giving.
It's like in the Sudan too. Same thing. Same thing. They're funding this stuff. See, Yemen, they're funding this stuff. Iran, but you know what? That money that Obama gave them, that $150 billion, whatever, that's going to run out sooner or later.
See, oh yeah.
It's going to run out sooner or later.
I'm not, no, Obama didn't give to them. He just released what already belonged to them.
Yeah. Okay, so somebody goes and robs a bank, and then you put them in prison, and then you put your money you put the money that they stole in a bank account, and when they get out of prison, they can go get their money?
They didn't steal that back in the 70s. No. Was selling petroleum before the Muslim government took over. That was with the
Well, that should have been.
Reza Pahlavi.
Well, then you should lose all of that. You should lose access to all of
No. You can't do that.
it. Yeah, well, that's just, you know, hell, let's give
That's
Putin.
against our laws.
Let's give Putin his money back too. What the hell? Let's just keep giving let's give everybody their money back. What the hell? Give everybody their money back.
He's got his money from the petroleum himself
Yeah.
to Germany and some other countries
All right.
in Europe. And everybody started to complain
Well, I guess
about what Germany is doing.
Okay.
But Germany is off. Put hold.
Well, I know because of all their problems over there. I know. That's what, and that's for another discussion. That's for another discussion.
Yeah, well,
Anyway, we're at the part of the podcast where our shame pile is, and so I always let age go before beauty. So go ahead, Louie. Who you got to shame today?
Iran.
Okay, tell us why you're shaming Iran.
We just discussed about it.
Okay,
Do I have to repeat myself?
So you want to
At least on that, we agree.
Well, I guess we were shaming them because they're not too bright. They're like Keystone Cops. So
They are bright.
oh, they're bright, all
As
right.
long as they want to destroy everybody else,
Yeah. Okay.
they are the bullies in the Middle East.
Right. Well. My shame this week is just, you know, it's Congress again. It seems like it's almost every week Congress, and I've not yet seen any kind of we got 40-some bills waiting in the House, in the Senate, to be voted on. Crap, because it's let's impeach president. Oh, let's don't impeach president. Oh, let's impeach. No, let's don't. And that's all gets done. And so I'm shaming Congress. I mean, we're sitting here. You know, we should have good roads. We should have, we should have funding down there at the border. It sorely needs it, but yet it wasn't a crisis in March. Now it's a crisis.
I am against
Well,
funding the
that's
border
my shame.
because the way
I want
Trump wants.
it's got to be funded. It's got to be funded.
Not the way he wants.
Well, it's got to be funded. But
So,
anyway, that's our podcast for this week. And to our audio listeners, we're going to be doing a Wednesday audio podcast only, just the audio podcast. And because of so much material, it's hard for us to fit it in. So
Yeah,
anyway,
we
look
don't
for
have
our
time
audio podcast on Wednesdays, and we will get that out to you. And that's for our audio listeners on Anchor, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, and all the other ones. But anyway, happy Father's Day, and we'll see you next week
thank you
on
very
Broad
much
Shore Politics.
to be with us. We really appreciate it. Have a good day.
All right, Louie.
Have a good day, Greg.